everybody. Welcome to the nest. It's Ozwald's birthday today. Confetti had to be involved. No, all over my desk.
Glitter bomb.
That was a choice, but I hope it looked great. Awesome members of the nest.
10 out of
I'm
10.
here live today with my friends and my coworkers. I'm here today with Sally from OwlCrate Jr. I'm here with Corey. I'm here with Christiane, who's mostly on TikTok these days. I'm sure you've seen her TikToks. Sophie, awesome to have you here from Instagram. Sil, our boss and GM of OwlCrate. And Karina, of course, head of curation. Give me a moment, please.
How is that a choice you made?
The intrusive thoughts one.
I would
The inside thoughts one.
I would expect.
I hope it looks great. This is a nice little behind the scenes. I would have done this during a meeting at some point too, and also regretted my decision. But we're here in the nest today to celebrate Ozwald's birthday. It is OwlCrate's 8th anniversary. Yay! Karina, can you believe that?
No. We're like getting so close to a decade now. That seems unfathomable. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's amazing.
So I am going to do a little round table of elevator pitches, a little introduce yourself. So if you can tell us your name and what you do at OwlCrate and introduce yourselves to some members of the nest. Because Christiane and Sophie, I don't think you've been on a live with me before in the nest.
No,
this is your first time.
Yeah.
So if we can start with Christiane.
Okay, I'm Christiane, and I'm one of the social media coordinators. Sometimes I comment on Instagram, but mostly I'm on TikTok. So if you're talking to anybody on TikTok, it's usually me.
And I'm Sophie. I'm the other social media coordinator. So you're not speaking to Christiane, you're speaking to me. And normally you'll be speaking to me on Instagram. And yeah, we kind of tag team sometimes. You'll see us on both sides.
Yes, we
Our
do.
faces are everywhere, so that's us.
Corey?
I don't know how to introduce myself anymore. Hi, I'm Corey. I've been with OwlCrate for many years now, which is weird to say, since 2016. And I work with the marketing team and do a bunch of stuff behind the scenes, and I'm so excited to be here. This is only our second live in the past couple of years, I think, so excited to be here again. It's full disclosure, not my birthday, but I didn't have any party hats, so it's Ozwald's birthday.
And Sil.
Hi, I'm Sil. I'm the general manager here at OwlCrate, which means I look after our team pretty much and make sure that they have everything they need. In about a week, I think they'll have been here for a whole year, which is crazy to think.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. There were so few of you. There were so few of you a year ago. Like 3. It was just Sally, Corey, and Karina of this group here. So yeah, I love it here. I'm glad to be here.
We love you, Sil.
We do.
Sally.
Hi, I'm Sally. I'm the creative director of OwlCrate Jr. Technically have another title now, but I can never remember it on the spot. It's OwlCrate Jr.'s 6th anniversary. So OwlCrate had been around for 2 years. I'd been helping for about 6 months with like customer support, and then I convinced Robert and Karina to let me start a junior branch of what they had created. So I live and breathe middle grade and all things OwlCrate Jr. And that's my whole deal here.
And I'm Jordan. I hang out on the nest.
All the time.
All the time. I'm constantly on the nest. Now that we've got to know everybody a little bit, we have some really fun birthday questions. And the whole point of the stream is that we're not here to spill tea today. We're not talking about anything serious. We're just going to have some fun. So, that being said, my friends, my colleagues, my bosses, The sillier the answer, the better here. Okay.
I don't know any of the real answers, so that's all I've got.
This is perfect. You don't need to know real answers. Okay. Let's not get too silly. Let's start out with what's going to be your favorite thing about OwlCrate-A-Thon? Because I want to talk about OwlCrate-A-Thon first. So let's start with Sil.
I'm looking forward to seeing the historical. I think one of the questions was like an OwlCrate book that you never actually read that you're going to read, and just like the older books because I need all the recommendations. I'm currently just finished book 2 of the Raven Boys, so I need more recommendations, and the team gives them to me every day.
Anyone else? Just go. I didn't want to talk over anyone.
I was telling Jordan, actually, it was just our marketing channel, that there's one OwlCrate book I've never read. I've read all of the other ones, including most of the sequels. So I've never read. Oh gosh, Karina, is it Everything That Makes You? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And that was what, like,
that was our second. I think that was our second book ever.
Yeah. So it's
yeah,
like
I think it was April 2015.
So that's the only OwlCrate book I've never read. So I might try to read it this time. I don't know why.
Right.
I don't know why.
Right.
It's a sad one, I remember. I mean, it's been a long time since I read it, obviously, but the theme for that box was all the feels. So it's going to be a tearjerker.
Yeah, so I might try to get my hands on that, but I feel like, I'm so close to having read everything that I might as well just do it. So.
For sure. I'm really excited to see how creative everyone gets, especially when it comes to like bingo and whatnot. I'm very excited about that. Especially since like there are certain ones there's like, oh, stitch a video with Sophie, or like, do something with Christine. I'm very excited to see what you guys come up with.
I'm looking forward to the photo challenge as well. I just want people to get as creative as possible with their boxes. That's what I'm most excited about.
Yes.
And we all know that Babs has set the standard high.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to showing Babs' box.
We shared that.
I don't think we've shared it publicly yet.
No, we haven't,
I am also excited about it. I just have to go grab my box. My partner Graham and I spent Saturday night making a diorama with a junior box. Hold on one second.
I cannot
That
wait
is
to
worth
see
the
that.
hold.
I was going to say I love seeing the creativity from all of our fans, but honestly, our staff gets right into all of this.
It's not technically as stunning as Babs, but it's a real scene. But the audience in front of Bird, come on.
It's a lot of eyes.
It's a band.
gosh.
It's a band starring the Sesame Street Gang.
Amazing.
Many eyeballs.
And we've got like audience, and those are concert beach balls.
Oh my god.
Big Bird has wings. It's better up close. It's better in person, but
It's amazing.
I'm excited to see what other people do.
It looks great.
Now I feel like I need to. My entire band will be made up of like different sizes and types of Groots and Tiggers, but I feel like I can do it.
Make a diorama.
Yes.
Make a dollhouse.
I love that.
You could do different scenes with Groot. One, he has to be dancing. He has to be.
Yeah, 100%.
But I have Groot at like all stages of life.
But in the
so I
pot, when he's like,
Yes.
that is my favorite Groot.
I do like teenager though, when he's like all grumpy and moody,
And brooding.
like on his Game Boy, just like.
I love
These are already killing my head.
the level of sarcasm he could get to with the same 3 words. Amazing. I did find 2 new Tiggers on my antiquing adventure through Random America last week. So
I love that.
I don't know how I wore those for a full day at Disneyland. That 10 minutes in was squeezing my brain so
your
much.
feet hurt so much that you're not concentrating on the pain.
True.
Now, for some sillier questions, everyone. All right. Kaylee on Instagram asks, what is Ozwald's favorite type of cake? And I'm going to say there's no wrong answers.
I want to hear Karina's answer to this first.
Yeah.
I feel like you
feel-
should know the best.
I mean, I don't know if this isn't like funny, but I like what first came to mind was a funfetti cake.
Me too. That's what
Yeah.
first came to mind.
And I think that's the right answer, Core.
And I was like, Corey's the only person in this room that knows what the actual answer to that question is, which is hilarious.
No, that's just my brain automatically went the colorful funfetti one.
Although
Although
that I immediately thought worms, of course, like because
No,
owls,
he's too
owls
classy.
don't eat worms. Owls eat rodents.
oh,
True.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
am
that's-
I.
Not less gross at all.
I was on the wrong track completely.
okay.
What were you thinking?
I like in my head, I don't know why, but in my head, like I first thought of like a chocolate cake with like a sunflower seed kind of like frosting kind of thing.
Okay.
I feel like Ozwald would appreciate that.
That's a classy cake. I like that.
I don't want to eat
Beautiful
it.
deep
It
think
sounds-
about
Yeah,
it.
I wouldn't want to eat it either, but I feel like Oswald would like it.
Next, AppSnell on Instagram asks, "What made you want to work for OwlCrate? In brackets, besides books." So you can't use books as an answer.
Because everyone's awesome. There you go, that's my
Mhm.
answer.
All the fun. It was just such a fun brand before like we got to even join. So you could tell like everyone just loved what they did.
Yeah. The energy is just good. It just gave off good energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel like.
I was telling Myra that I'm sure people have heard this. Some people may have heard this story before, but I was telling Myra yesterday that an old coworker. I used to be a legal assistant. I think most of you know for the government, which is like a super different job than this.
No kidding.
And like super high stress, low reward situation. And when Karina offered me, I was part time with OwlCrate. When she offered me a full time job, I cried because
I'll never forget that moment.
yeah, me either. Because I was like miserable at my old job, and then I was just like, so that was why.
I had worked with Robert and Karina at a toy store when we were all like early 20s. Karina, you were like a baby. You had just moved to the big city. And I knew I had. What's that?
I think I was 19 when I met you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Tiny little baby Karina.
You're so old.
And I knew I liked spending time with the both of you. We had so much fun at the toy store. And also I was in school for publishing. Like I wanted to do something in children's books. And I was kind of at the point where I'm like, okay, well, I am either going to move to Toronto where the publishing houses are, or I'm actually not going to work in children's books unless it's like at a bookstore, which would be great, but not the same kind of level of things. And then you took this huge chance on me, and it was life changing.
I felt like you took
to work.
I felt like you took a huge chance on us because you had just finished your publishing degree, and I feel like you were kind of like at a crossroads where you needed to make a decision. And the fact that
Yeah, I had been
our
offered a job
startup,
at a
I was like-
magazine. I was interning at a magazine, and then actually like they extended it into a contract, and I was working with them, and I had just been offered a position on like their advertising team. So it would have been like connected to editorial, but not what I wanted to actually be doing. And it was at that point where I was like, can I talk to you guys? I will turn this down if and yeah, that was probably like November 2015, maybe 2016.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was March 2017 that we sent out our first box. So yeah, we took a chance on each other, and it worked out.
Yes, it did.
I had one really great conversation with Robert and Karina and kind of heard a lot of their founder journey and things like that. And I was like, oh, I so want to be a part of that team. I've spent a lot of time in startups and done a lot of different things, but I'm really glad we all found each other. And I'm super happy to live that every day. It's so great.
I can remember still when we had our like first interview chat, I was so nervous because I was like, I want her so bad. I want her so bad. I need to sell myself. And I was like, oh my God, what if she doesn't want to?
I gotta tell you, I was on my phone in a random mall outside of Las Vegas. We were having like conversation. I was like random. I was like, well, I forgot I had this thing. In Sill's endless land of travel. That's where I was.
We expect nothing less than that to be the case.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. It's a great
Always
story.
in a new locale, always available. That's great.
Wins.
I was planning on expanding it more on the live chat that Sophie and Christiane and I are going to have on Friday, because we're going to talk a little bit about working behind the scenes at OwlCrate. But I actually had no idea I was going to get this job. In fact, when Sill had sent me an email that said, "Oh, do you have time for a quick chat?" Immediately, I was like, "No, that's it," because nobody gets here, right? I think that's the thing. Nobody gets their dream. So I think at every stage I was like hopeful, but kind of pulling myself back a little bit, if that makes any sense. And then I got it and I was like, no, this can't be real. This doesn't, you know what I mean? And I think that I spent like a solid week just in stasis of like, no, I think I dreamt this.
I completely understand, Jordan. Like, fun fact, I got my acceptance like email that like, oh hey, like you got the job the morning I was going to Comic-Con. So I was in full costume, full cosplay.
Wait, is this your
like,
Jean Grey costume as
Yes.
well? Please tell me it
I-
was that.
I
the
was.
best
It was.
outfit.
It was
Yes,
the
I was
Jean
the
Grey
same.
cosplay. I had just like paraded around like the city like to get food. I was like an hour in. I like checked my phone for my email just because, and I saw it and I was like, shut up.
What I think is great, and the two of you don't know this, but we were only hiring one social media coordinator. We only had one job available, and our team, Karina, Myra, and I could not decide between the two of you. And we're just like, what if we just hired them both? We literally were like, no, we need them both.
I remember I was out for like a walk, and we were like, I was like we were messaging on Slack, being like, what's our final decision? Is this what we're gonna do? Okay, is this what we're gonna do?
I'm so glad we work so well together too.
Yeah, we do. It
Yeah.
complements so well. Also, imagine trying to do Instagram and TikTok as
Oh
well.
my god.
No.
Yeah, it's laughable in hindsight. Like, because we were like, oh, will there be enough work for 2 people? And now it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We recently brought Cheryl onto the junior team and sort of had a similar thought of like, gosh, I hope there's enough for her to do. And it's like, if we actually start making video content, we will need to find another Cheryl, which she's a rare breed. So
I
yeah,
feel like it would be
social
impossible to
media's-
find another Cheryl. She's like,
hello, yeah.
yeah.
But my goodness,
Jordan's
you guys do a lot of work.
We love it
Cheryl.
though.
Yeah, it's very fun.
It gets to the point sometimes where like I get a message from someone saying, "It's this time. Why are you still working?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, everyone."
It is wild
Maybe
to
it's this
consider that
time.
before this we didn't have somebody doing social media. We just kind of were winging it for years, and now like to see the quality of what we put out there is so much better.
Sometimes I think, how though? Like, how did you even remotely have the time
Yeah.
to grow the boxes and to?
I
grow
worked 12 hours a day. That's how.
that?
I had
reckon
no
you worked
life,
more
no
than that.
child.
You must have worked more than that.
Yeah,
There's
you
no
had
way.
Yeah,
to.
I would say that's
Yeah.
a conservative.
Yeah, that might be.
And yeah, you and Robert, this was your life. I mean, it still is, but you have a much
It was
healthier
your-
balance,
it was your
which we're
first
all happy
baby.
for.
It
It was
your
our first
wasn't
baby.
it? Yeah.
It's true.
It's way more fun with everybody now, though. And Jordan was the same way. We were like, maybe we just need a part-time person, and then we talked to Jordan, and we're like, so we changed our mind.
Still like, sorry.
And now everybody is commenting with Jordan lives on the nest. That is entirely true.
Yeah.
I made a comment
is
on
it
this
now?
at like 9 o'clock my time last night, and you responded in like 3 seconds. It's like midnight.
Her addiction.
Everybody in the comments, though, I respond to you guys almost as quickly as I can. Everybody. um, This is one of my favorite ones, and I love this question. So Caladri on Instagram asks, do you ever run out of creative ideas? And I will be the first one to sit up here, covered in confetti, and say, absolutely, I do. And that's why I need other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bounce so many ideas off each other.
I
Yeah,
Or
honestly
we'll have ideas that need to like cross over to someone else's thing. Like I might have an idea, but I know that Christiane is more suitable for doing it, and then you throw it out, or Jordan will message me randomly like, I have this idea, do you want to do it? And I'm like, no.
But I know someone who will.
I'm like, I don't have
run out of
time.
time before we run out of ideas like every day.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that sounds great. We're gonna do it in September.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And there's also like those
Duration-wise, that's
times where it's like, so I have like this wisp of an idea. I don't really know how it comes together, but I have this, this, and this. It'll be like 3 random words. And then Sophie or Jordan or whoever else on the team is like, oh, we could do this. And I'm like, that sounds great.
Let's do it.
I'm thinking blue with an owl
Duration-wise,
and some like
though,
lines, and then
I
Myra will
can
be like, I got you.
I can never get over how creative each box is. Like, just the ideas that the creation team come up with just amaze me every single month. And for us as well, like we tend to see the things written down, like we know what's coming out, but we don't really tend to see it until we actually get our boxes as well. So it might say that it's something that's in one of the boxes, and you'll be like, oh, that sounds really cool. And then you see it and you're like, oh no, this is really cool.
I think it was Corey that said to me a couple of months ago, she's like, I don't even know what boxes every month to do.
I have the ability to sneak peek to look, but I just don't. It's kind of nice.
Means you get a bigger surprise every month.
Exactly.
That's okay. That's fun too.
Sometimes I see them before on Instagram where people are tagging me in their stories, and because I'm international, so I get my box a little bit later, and I'm like, oh, I've spoiled it for myself.
Yeah.
I don't mind getting spoiled, but I also like when a box comes, I'm just like, oh, this is fun.
I think the only box that hadn't been spoiled for me since I started in October was the January box.
Yeah, same here.
So I was so happy it was that one because I loved everything in it. Every time like I kept pulling stuff out, I was like, oh my god, oh my god.
It was like mind blowing when I was going through that box.
I managed to totally avoid spoilers 100% for the Raven Boys box.
That's
And
impressive.
so when I got it and I kept pulling things out, and I was filming at the same time for my best friend and moderator Tara, because Tara was like, spoil me. So I did. But I just kept pulling things out. It was like the box of never ending curated Raven Boy stuff.
It was Mary Poppins' bag. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
What's great is I had just finished reading the first book when that box came.
Oh, so you were like, I know what everything is.
I understand.
I feel like that though with the junior boxes, because we don't really see any of the behind the scenes stuff as much.
Yeah.
When they arrive, I feel like a little kid, and it makes me so happy. It's so much fun.
Oh, I'm so happy to
Me
hear that.
too. The box that it had the little laces with the dragon.
The dragon.
That was all bad.
Yeah, that was so cute. When I pulled that out, I was like, I want to keep this for myself, but I know I have to give it to my nephew.
I keep wanting to make the dragon making clay kit. Like the dragon kit is so cute.
Again, Babs. So Babs joined the junior team as my co-creator in like August. So she's been with us a year and a half. Gosh, don't make me do time. She's either been with us for a year and a half or 2.5 years.
August 21.
Okay.
Yeah, August 21.
But I remember talking to you, Karina, and having a conversation where you're like, yeah, that checks out. You're like, your mental breakdowns are 2 years behind mine because this is all on pattern. But I like,
well, we had just
for sure had hit.
Yeah, we had just put out like a job ad, and we found Teresa, and it was like through that job ad, I think Babs had commented being like, "Oh, dream job," and we were like, "Really?"
Yeah, if only it were remote. And I was like, we could do it. But I was sitting at a point where I was like, I can't think of any more ideas. Like I can't, like, how am I supposed to keep creating these boxes? Like I'm tapped out creatively. Uh, and then Babs joined the team and like was like, let's do this and this and this and this and this and this. And she just continues to do it like that. And like the January box is a perfect example of like, she designed that clay kit and like made the instructions for it and everything. She's just very multi-talented. So like, she designed a really cute thing and then figured out how to actually like explain how to create it to kids and anyone else playing with the clay kit. She thought of the dragon wings for the shoes. Like she's just, and like, you know, right before we started this party, we just had a curation meeting for our August box. And like, it would be like pulling teeth. Like I would be sitting at a desk by myself, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And we just like came up with way more ideas than we need for the August box in an hour. And it's like, oh yeah, like just having that creative back and forth is absolutely essential and cannot happen in a vacuum. So yeah. Yay, Babs. Yay, curation.
Yay to
Yay,
Babs.
collaboration.
And curation, Reeve Writer writes, says, I just realized recently that I would love a mouse pad if you still need some ideas.
Ooh.
We included a mouse pad last April. I think you can still get it in our shop, and it's really pretty.
It's Moulin Rouge themed. It's really cute.
Yeah.
It is.
There we go. I love it when that happens.
What are those?
Here's a great question. What's the most surprising thing about working at OwlCrate?
Oh gosh.
I feel like go on, Christiane, you go first.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like exactly what I thought OwlCrate was, it's exactly what it is. Like, you know how sometimes like you go into a company and it's like, oh, they just like showed you this at first and like maybe like down the line it'll be a little different. No, like how we present ourselves here, this is exactly how we are with each other. Like what you see is literally what you get, and it's the most amazing thing that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks.
Everyone was so like, because when you go into a new job, it is nerve-wracking, but everyone went out of their way to bring you in. And actually, I love like we all had coffee dates to like get to know every member of the team. And I feel like that was so amazing because then you're not just getting to know them as your colleagues, but also as like people you want to be friends with. And you find out like your common interests, your favorite books or films and stuff. And it just, I don't know, it just bonds everyone, which was really nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm really excited for because obviously now before the pandemic our team was fully like we came to the office, like we were, you know, we weren't remote, not I wouldn't say at all, but like essentially we didn't work from home. And now that
Except for Karina, whose home it was in.
In my house.
And now it's been like so nice that we were able to easily transition to work from home. And now that, and then once we're like, oh, this actually really works for us, we can hire people from all over the world, which we've done. And it's just so exciting. And now we're having our first in-person event. We're going to Y'all West, yay, at the end of April, and the whole marketing team is going, and we're going to meet in person for the first time, which is just like wild to me. Like it's going to be so exciting to meet in person. From, you know, Christiane, you're on the East Coast, obviously Sophie's in the UK, and like I've never met. It's funny because like Myra lives like 200 meters from where I used to live, but we've never met because I moved. Moved, and like so it's just gonna be really, really cool. I'm very excited.
Yeah, like of the people on here, Sally and I are the only ones who actually live in the same city. And I haven't been here for like 3.5 weeks. I just got home yesterday. So everybody else is all over the place, and I love that. I think it's great.
Danielle asks, what's the toughest part of working at OwlCrate? I'll be honest, it's reading books that you can't talk about.
Yeah.
Taking time away and not continuing to talk at all hours of the day.
I don't know who you might be talking about there.
All of us.
No, not all of us. We don't
Karina, you might remember this artist's name. I can't remember his name, but I know you have one of his books that he has like a very funny illustration where it's like, do what you love and you'll never like, and then it's like, you know, have a bad day or whatever that is, and he's crossed it out and he's like, sleep again, like you like stop, like it's like, yeah, we love this so deeply, too deeply. We're very, very emotionally invested, but like it doesn't matter how much you love it. It's really hard sometimes. And like just remembering like you're in control, which is scary on both ends because it's like it's all up to you and it's all up to you. Like that kind of thing.
I feel like the team's really good at encouraging each other to take time off as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like we will be working, and it's like, no, maybe I'll take a day off, and everyone's like, yes, take a day off, get out of here. Why are you on Slack? Stop talking to us.
But we have Syl to thank for that. Like I went on vacation last June with my partner who's sitting right in front of me right now. And like she was like, sign out of all of your accounts. And I remember saying goodbye and being like, if you need anything, like text me, and then coming back a week later and seeing that right underneath you had written like, do not contact Sally. Like nothing is important enough. Like and like Karina and Robert have had like month stretches off at a time where it's like, you know, after minimum 12-hour days for years and years, that is time well deserved. But that didn't exist before Syl joined the team. So phew.
Courtney did that last week. She's like, if anybody needs me, and I was like, do not.
So like, just
you did.
Someone else can handle this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Corey's
because we have more people now.
I think we all I think that's the only thing I always say about my old job that I miss is the only thing I miss is at the end of the day, it was the end of the day. You know, like once I left the office, I was all out of the office. There was nothing I could do. So that doesn't really exist in this job so much.
Could you just refuse to do that?
Yeah, well.
Kathy says, good job, Syl.
Yeah.
Next question. What coworker would you be most excited to shadow for a day and learn more about their job? I'm going with Teresa, but we would distract each other and just talk about paranormal romance all day.
I'm going to go with Cindy because I find logistics fascinating.
I love that about you.
I would also vote for Cindy. I still feel like the biz ops side of things kind of feels like a hidden room to me, and I would love to pick her brain and just see what she's doing.
Biz ops is business operations for those who
yes, for those who don't know.
All things not creative, not so that you actually receive the box.
Yeah. We just make pretty pictures about it. They actually make sure you get the box.
They make sure it gets to you. You know, the important stuff, all the important stuff.
I think honestly, Jordan, I'm so impressed with everything that happens in the nest, but like the author, like all of it just seems like this crazy. I feel that way about most of the creative people. It's just like, I don't know how you do that, but I'll be over here supporting it.
You should do it sometime, and I'll be honest, after the author chats, for like we will talk with the authors for a while. So there's always like a behind the scenes part that I'd love to, Corey, bring to the podcast in a way. But a lot of it is like fun stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about. But yeah, you're all welcome to shadow me.
Cool.
I used to have people again, going back to my old job, I used to have people shadow me all the time. I don't know why, because I guess the office deemed me the bubbly one. So I used to have people shadow me, and I think it's so stressful. Because I'm like, how do I teach you how to do this job that's so complicated?
I love that. I would shadow Shanley and Babs because I feel like they do like so much, but they're also just like, oh yeah, I did this. You know,
they're so
it was
blasé
cool.
about it.
And now
Shan's
it's
the
done
worst for
now.
I launched this giant project yesterday. I think it'll
Fine.
be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be totally
You're
fine.
just
It's
like, well done,
cool.
Dad. This is amazing. She's like, it is what it is.
Like every time. So I would really want to see like them in action. Like Babs picking all of the things and all of the ideas and like all the photos and whatnot, and Shanley just all of the other things that are like behind the scenes that like we don't really get to talk about but do talk about kind of a little bit.
Yeah. I would also choose Jordan because yeah, you have so many fun connections and you're just like a natural with all this stuff, like all the things that you have booked. I'm like, how did they do that? How did they schedule like that?
Quick shout out to the Words and Whimsy book club moderators who do a lot of work in terms of like finding new releases and figuring out which authors it is that we want to chat with, and then talking about like how diverse and inclusive we want to have our range of authors coming to talk to us. Like there's a lot of conversations even within the OwlCrate team. There's a lot of intentional work that goes into everything before we produce anything. So definitely shout out to the Nest mods.
Yes.
Not just me.
And this is something that I have been meaning to do since you joined the team and have not, because I have a never-ending to-do list. I will prioritize this. Any Words and Whimsy people out there who are running the juniors, like the middle grade side of things, like on the Facebook account and stuff, I want to talk to you. Email me. I'll contact you. But that is, yeah, I'm bringing that up my to-do list. I want to talk to you because you're doing awesome community things.
We were so grateful when we heard from you when you joined that your team was willing to, move over and keep working with us under the new concept. And it was something we totally weren't expecting, but we're like, for sure, we're gonna launch this giant community. It'll be great. And we hadn't really like paused to be like, that's not a person job. So it was such a great thing, and we're very appreciative for all of them every day.
Yep.
And they're appreciative for the Nest. It's such a cool app.
It really
and there's
is.
so many different groups and things like that. And like, it's purposeful. That's what I like about the Nest versus it being a different social media. It's all about books. Not all about books, but it's not like Facebook. You don't get bogged down with ads or anything like that. I genuinely really like the app.
I will say we knew we wanted it. Like Karina knew she wanted it before I started, and then we started like down that path. I don't think any of us had any idea what it would be and what you've made it into, and I love it. It's so much better than anything I could have thought it might be.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, we've wanted an app for years, but what you've built and what the community within the app has helped build is like so much bigger than I ever dreamed. And like just how many cool things are going on in the Nest at any given moment is just so fun. So I'm still like pinching myself that it actually exists and like is a real thing, because I don't know, like as soon as we brought you on, Jordan, it just flowed. It seemed effortless to me. I'm sure it wasn't effortless. I'm sure it was a lot of work for many people. So thank you. But it's so cool.
Thank you. And everybody in the comments says that they love the app. You got rid of Facebook and prefer the app to Facebook.
I think that's also just a really positive thing about the app is that now we can have people join us, and it doesn't matter what social media platforms you use. It's everybody can use this one. Because I know we had a group on Facebook a few years ago, but there was lots of people who don't use Facebook, so they couldn't participate. And now anyone can join, and you don't have to be a subscriber. It's awesome.
People like to remind me that Facebook is for old people when I tell them that.
Sorry, Sarah.
I still use Facebook. It's okay. We can be old together. Let's see here. There are a number of questions left, but we have a couple of games to get to, so I'm going to be a little bit choosy with the questions that we have here. All right. What bookish fandom were you unprepared for but found yourself to be a part of anyway? Karina?
What? I don't really know what that question means. Like, just a fandom that you
accidentally fell into a fandom and you were unprepared to love it the way that you do.
I mean, probably the Raven cycle. Like, I think the Raven cycle. Okay, here's my favorite fandoms. And okay. This one actually surprises me more than the Raven cycle.
Okay.
Because I think if you had told me the synopsis of the Raven Boys, I would be like, yeah, I'll like that. I loved it more than I thought. But what really surprised me was how much I loved The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I had never read Holly Black before I read that book, and I read it in 24 hours, and I was like, I have to pick this for a box. I'm obsessed. And I've now read that series probably 5 times, like all 3 books, and I'm obsessed. And I had never enjoyed a Fae book before that one. I tried a few, and it just wasn't for me. But the way that Holly writes like evil Fae, I really, really like. So I think that was the most surprising. I wasn't prepared for how much I'd like that.
Yep. I would have to agree with Karina, and then my very close second, like right here, right in here,
Do we
is
know where you're going with
definitely. You know where I'm going with that.
Don't.
It's
Say it.
definitely the entirety of the world of Caraval. The entirety of
Yes.
it. Ballads, like rent free in my head every day.
We're like the unofficial official Jax fan club.
Okay, yes, pretty much. Sophie and I are president and vice president.
Yeah.
If you'd like to join, just let us know.
I'm the
We
reluctant
forced Jordan.
secretary because I didn't want to enjoy
We
that
forced
series
you.
as much as I did. And anybody who's read it knows that book 2, which is where it's left off, ends on the most horrific cliffhanger. And I read it over the holidays, and I will never let either of you down, like off the hook for this, because you forced me to read the book. I'm going to say forced. You overly
100%.
encouraged.
We forced you.
You
No, we
encouraged
did.
me
We
to
did.
read the series.
Peer pressure.
No, we forced you. We forced you.
And
It's
then-
okay.
Yeah, it was very much you need to read this, Jordan. And so I did, and it ruined my life in a good way. But it lives rent free in my head.
Mhm.
And that's Stephanie Garver's fault as well.
Yeah. Like usually I have to read like the previous book before like the next book comes out just to make sure like I've not forgotten anything. I don't have to do that. I will never have to do that for this. Like,
I want to, but I don't need to.
no.
Yeah. I actually
Still,
don't
did
know
you
if I like-
expect to like the Raven Boys as much as you did?
No. So I'm like, I don't know. Before I joined this team, I was blissfully unaware that there was this like subculture of like obsessive fandoms about all of these
cult.
things. And it was like, it's very cultish. It is now because we have our own t-shirts. I'm not allowed to show the t-shirt I'm wearing because apparently I am wearing one that doesn't exist yet. Yeah, the way that this team and everybody in the public responds to things is blowing my mind, but also giving me like an endless TBR because I have my just shelves are lined, and every time I say I haven't read something, somebody on the team is like, "Well, I've ordered it for you now. It's showing up at the door. You can read it." And when I first started the Raven Boys, I was like, I think I messaged Karina. I was like, it's giving me like Outsiders vibes. I was like, I don't hate it, but it's Outsiders vibes. And then I got like 2 chapters, and I was like, no longer Outsiders vibes, but like I'm here for this. And the more I hear everybody talk about witchy and fae stuff, and I was just like, I'm in, and now I just need to find some spare time away from work to read more.
That's me and Nevermore. I don't live in the YA world, but Nevermore is definitely one that's kind of crossed over into YA. They keep pushing the pub date on us. I'm losing my mind. I'm hoping it's still October, but Morgan's going to be older, and it's going to be like Act 2 of the Nevermore universe, starting with book 4, and I am like champing at the bit. I need to know what happens. I need more Nevermore.
It's such a good series.
It's so good. And it's the first time as an adult that I've like really clamped onto a series, I think. And we got to do the first book, which was so exciting. And now Jessica Townsend is like a big deal. But it's my hands down rent-free series for sure. Nevermore. If you haven't read it, read it. YA, it like anyone, everybody read Nevermore. Oh, it's so good.
I feel like mine, I'm going to go cliche and say Grishaverse. Just because I feel like when you compare the obviously it's a very big fandom. And tomorrow season 2 is out on Netflix. I think it's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, I'm very excited for that. And I feel like they did the show really well. I was dreading it and it turned out better than I ever expected it. But I feel like when you compare it to some other big fandoms, people feel they just feel a bit more chill. Feel a bit nicer. I'm thinking of some other big fandoms. I feel like we all know which ones I'm talking about. I just feel like the Grishaverse lot are just more relaxed. They're more happy. And I just feel like Six of Crows is just always just going to be the book that made me so happy, but also like destroyed my soul in every good way possible. Crooked Kingdom, just like, you know.
I think
Yeah, I'm going to go Grisha.
I'm gonna go with. It's not really. I don't even know if there is a fan. I guess there is, but like anything N.K. Jemisin writes is like amazing. N.K. Jemisin is like one of my all-time favorite authors. Just and like, especially like with the 5th season, which I think is probably the most famous book from N.K. Jemisin. Like I've read it multiple. Like the first time I read it and I got to the end, I was like, oh my god. I have seen what you did there, and I did not see it coming, and that was like the most clever writing I've ever read, and I've reread it multiple times, and every time I'm like, how did you do this? It's so good. Anyways, so that's my N.K. Jemisin. Amazing.
Is there a good audiobook of that one, Cor?
Has anyone read The Prison Healer yet? Because I finished that like 3 hours ago, and the ending was so good. And I don't know how I'd waited so long to read it. And luckily, I have the other 2 books already on my bookcase. So it means
no, I've heard it, but I haven't got around to reading that one yet. I have to put it on the list.
It was really good. It was a great YA fantasy. So highly recommend that.
Okay, who's ready for some games?
Okay.
Yeah. We are.
Okay, so prior to today's chat, I had the opportunity to, with Myra, who is our marketing manager, I believe that's her title. Forgive me. Myra is amazing, by the way. We came up with
Shout out to Myra.
Yeah.
Shout out to Myra, who puts up with all of our questions and ideas.
And Corey and Myra have our chaotic meetings.
We have never encouraged Myra to lead a team meeting with a pirate.
No, that never happened. I can't believe Cyril wasn't there for that.
And then all of us showed up with the same looking like pirates. We've never done that. We wouldn't do that.
Make Myra run those meetings more often.
To be fair, she did agree to do the pirate thing before she remembered that she was leading the meeting.
She did. She was like, "Oh, wait a minute! I'm actually running this meeting. Oh, it's okay."
And the commitment to talk about serious things and serious updates whilst all of us are dressed as pirates. It was great.
It was.
For context, they were using a pirate filter on.
Yes,
on
we weren't actually dressed. We hadn't
Yeah.
been doing our
So we didn't go quite that hard.
About this now.
Yeah.
We have to do it again.
Myra says, and I immediately regretted it, but I couldn't back down. That's true grit, folks.
I have photos, so I need to share them still.
Yes.
It's fine.
In the nest. The
Yes.
nest is the appropriate.
I haven't even seen them yet. I wasn't there.
I have the photos from our marketing meeting where we decided to try out every single filter and it just like derailed really quickly.
I love that.
Like a cat on my
The
head.
marketing
It was one
team
where
has
I was
never
just
spent 45 minutes of a
crying.
work day going through filters on.
We were trying to find an appropriate one. To be fair, it was work related. That would be good if people didn't want to show their faces on a podcast. We're like, is there an owl filter? And I was like, there's filters on here. I'm a pirate.
I love that.
There's a very chic one that put like a jellyfish kind of fascinator
the
on your
jellyfish is
head.
really
That I
nice.
was.
I love that Shan like
Love
went
an
to those
Ozwald
meetings and like she's like, this is such a different vibe than the BizOps meetings.
Chaotic is the word you're looking for.
All right, here we go.
There's no fun filters built into this program.
Welcome to, can everybody see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Welcome to Jeopardy, as done by Ozwald. I'm Ozwald in this case. So, I'm going to start us out with Christiane. Christiane, the whole point of this game is that you have to choose one of the categories, and then you can choose any number under those categories. You can solve that, or another person can go ahead and solve it for you, okay? But you get first
Okay.
dibs to solve, all right?
Okay, great. I love that the pressure isn't on me to answer this. This is
I'm gonna fail
amazing.
this.
Okay, so I think that I am going to go with Y Slays for 600.
The phrase you'd utter in response to a contestant who is chosen for the Hunger Games.
Is it may the odds be ever in your favor?
That is correct. You may continue playing.
Woo! Okay, so I'm going to do Y Slays again for 400.
Christiane's knocking off all the easy stuff.
Yes.
This one's not too easy. The Shadowy and Bony hit Netflix series based on Lee Bardugo's book stars blank as the Darkling. No Googling.
This one.
There's
So
no Googling allowed.
can someone else answer for me? Sophie?
Ben Barnes.
Ben Barnes.
I feel like
I'm actually
Christian
writing down
First
our
fandom's not going to be happy that you didn't know that one.
I
I'm
thought that
not
was
good with people's names.
Okay,
All right,
is it
Sophie.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm looking really close at the screen. It's gonna be all for it. I'm gonna go spooky stuff, but I'm gonna go 400. Or do I need to start on the 2? Oh no, okay.
Something
God.
blank this way comes.
These are hard, Jordan.
They're not that hard.
I have no clue. What
Tag
this is.
Corey.
Wicked.
Corey, go.
Yeah, we kid.
Do we need to be tagged or can we steal?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
how about you? Yeah, let's do it.
Karina.
Yeah, just
Oh my
I
gosh,
was trying to be
Karina.
polite.
But Corey's got to go next.
We're definitely not doing book to screen. Let's do hashtag OwlCrateFacts for 1,000.
wow.
How many monthly YA boxes has OwlCrate curated
Oh,
as of this month?
I'm gonna
Curated
go-
or mailed?
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, you can go with mailed. So that would be up to February.
the math ain't mathin'. I can't math that fast.
We believe in you, Corey.
I can't do it. 8 years, 8 times 12.
It's May of that year, that first year.
Whatever 8 times 12 is.
Hey Google, what's 8 times 12?
Wow.
Somebody
I have
can
a guess.
steal
I
it.
don't know if it's. Can I guess? I don't think this is going to be right, but I have a guess.
Okay.
94.
You're right.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Go
Math,
Sally.
though.
Sally stole that one.
I
Wait,
can't
is
math.
that-
I'm very impressed with myself right now.
All right, Sally.
Okay, I'm on a roll. I'm going to stick with OwlCrate Fact for 800.
On what date did OwlCrate ship its first book box?
Date.
Like
Yep.
month, year,
Yep. And day.
Day?
and day. I don't know.
Wow.
May 2015.
Can I steal, please?
Yes.
March 15th, 2015.
That's why it's Ozwald's birthday.
Oh, of course, duh.
Wow, you knew that. You knew that.
Oh, we all should have known that.
What an
That's
idiot.
All right,
Don't screw me
Karina.
off. You said something about May. Anyways, I'm going to blame
What's
myself.
wrong at the Christmas party? And then you all made fun of me for making the question wrong.
This actually did happen.
It did.
It's going to get challenging to remember which of these we've answered so far.
I
Was
have
that
them- I have
OwlCrate
them
Facts
crossed off.
800?
That was 800.
That was
yeah.
that was 8.
Okay, I want OwlCrate Facts for 600, please.
Of course. The name of OwlCrate's mascot.
Oh,
Ozwald.
that was easy.
Easy.
That was easy.
Go ahead, Karina.
I'm just gonna. I want
OwlCrate
OwlCrate Facts for 400, please.
What was OwlCrate's first ever special edition book box?
Does this mean like not monthly, but outside?
Exactly. Yeah,
Of Vengeful by V.E. Schwab.
that's right.
I mean,
Favorite
who did
author.
not know that?
OwlCrate Facts for 200, please.
What was the first book included in the first OwlCrate box?
A Darker Shade of Magic by the Ishwab. Do we see a theme here? We love Ishwab.
Love Victoria.
Who is Karina's favorite author?
All
Okay.
right.
Those were easy ones, and now I feel like everything else is going to be hard for me.
Oh, some of it's brutal.
I'm going to
Karina.
do YA slays for. Have we done 400 yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which ones have we not done in the YA slays category, please?
800 and 1000.
Let's do 800.
This retelling of King Arthur was one of 2020's most popular new titles and an OwlCrate fan favorite.
Would that be Legendborn?
That is correct.
Woo. The competitive side is coming out.
Yeah. All right, Karina.
Yeah, YA slays for 1,000, please.
This one might be harder.
It probably is.
Before Blood and Ash,
Oh.
Jennifer L. Armentrout wrote about
Oh.
aliens in which YA romance series?
Is it the Lux series?
Oh my goodness, it is.
I've not read that, and I'm just grateful that we talked about that this week.
We literally talked about that like 2 days ago.
All right, here's where I
Have
think I'm
we-
going to fail.
Okay.
Book to screen for 200.
This hit Netflix series is set in Regency London and based on the book series by Julia Quinn.
Bridgerton.
Woo.
Somebody needs to steal from Karina. You just need to talk over Karina. It's fine. I'm
Oh,
not-
okay.
Okay. Karina, we're coming for you.
Book to screen 400.
Sorry, besties. My friends and I sparkle. Which movie are we from?
Twilight.
Aw, that's fine. Someone else can have a turn.
Okay.
Don't be mad at me.
You nailed it so fast.
Okay,
That
I'm
was
gonna go
so
back
fast.
to screen for 1,000.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you might get this one. This Nicholas Sparks novel follows a couple whose paths have diverged due to World War II. However, fate brings them back together forever.
Oh my god, I've read so many Nicholas Sparks books as well.
Is it
I
the
was about
note?
to say, if anybody knows it, it should
Oh,
be
Corey
Karina.
steals it.
Yeah. Should have blurted it out.
I did promise that most of these would be like movie questions as well.
That is the only Nicholas Sparks book I've ever read.
I think that's the only one I haven't read. Guilty.
Let's do history and fiction for 200.
Outlander by Diana Gabaldon.
Scotland.
Gabaldon starts its adventure in which country? Scotland. Yep. All right.
Let's back to Karina.
All right. Back to
History
Karina.
and fiction for 400.
Okay. No. Okay. What book by Catherine Stockett was made into a 2011 movie starring Viola Davis, who won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress?
No idea.
Somebody steal this one.
Oh, that was
No
I know
Googling
this
is
film.
allowed.
I can't remember the name.
I would definitely Google.
Is this one when they were working at NASA? Is that the right film?
No.
No.
No, that's a newer.
So like,
That's Hidden Figures.
I'm
You
checking the
are
Nest
good.
answers. Nest
How
has
do I
it.
know?
The Help.
Christiane?
The Help.
The Help. That is correct.
Yes, such a good film
It is.
and book.
I have no idea what's going to happen in this column here, but let's do Here Be Dragons for 400. Since nobody has touched it, I just want to see a question.
This book and movie Famous Dragon raises the dwarf kingdom of Erebor.
Smog.
That's right, Sally.
Phew.
Wasn't that, like, it's Lord of the Rings, but like one of those.
Your face, Sally. Ooh.
I can't see anybody's faces either.
I'm gonna do. Have we done spooky stuff for 2?
No.
Spooky stuff for 2, please.
All right. All right. Sil, you got to be in on the steal for this one, okay?
Working on it.
Okay. Mary Shelley wrote this a classic in 1818.
Frankenstein.
I'm giving that one to Sil.
Ooh.
Kitty.
I don't know about that, but
You know that
okay.
setup? It's really natural there.
What's left in spooky stuff?
The whole category other than 200.
All right, let's do 4.
Oh, sorry. We did that one. That
We've
was
done at
Something
least-
Wicked.
6?
Yeah.
This famous clown terrorizes the small town of Derry.
It.
It.
Pennywise.
It.
Anyways,
Pennywise.
All right, I'm
Oh,
still gonna give that one
no.
to Sil. I heard it and then Pennywise.
Pennywise is the clown. 800.
The blood is the life is a quote from which vampire classic?
Interview with a Vampire? No.
Dracula?
Yes, Karina.
Oh,
direct-
boom, baby.
Nice.
That was a guess.
I felt like a question mark at the end of both our
No
answers.
one wants it. No
Dracula?
one, and I mean no one.
All I was
wants
gonna
the
say was
1,000
Anne
into
Rice,
the
and I was like,
stuff.
that's
one wants the
that's
1,000.
they get
Okay.
from Anne Rice.
Yeah, let's try spooky stuff 1,000.
Okay. This pandemic released by Silvia Moreno Garcia centers on a young woman investigating her cousin's claims that her husband is trying to
Mexican
murder her.
Gothic.
Thank you, Corey.
I was like, I'll just put them
I
on top.
really want to read that one. I've heard
It's
it.
so
It's
good.
up.
You'll never look
Okay,
at mushrooms the
The
same again.
spooky category is gone.
Okay.
Very quick.
As is OwlCrate Facts, as is YA Slays.
The
Right?
very first one actually hasn't been done. You still have YA Slice for 200.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm pretty sure. In which author's popular book series would a character's wingspan potentially need to be
Avatar.
measured?
Agatha.
Corey's favorite.
Sophie stole that one.
Yeah, Sophie still.
It's actually my favorite, but it's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for history and fiction 800. I don't know if it's gonna be a good one.
This Octavia E. Butler classic. In this, Dana, an African American woman in Southern
Kindred,
Red
I just read this book.
time into antebellum Maryland.
Kindred.
Yes. Good
I
stuff.
literally read that like a couple weeks ago. It's such a good book.
All right, Corey.
History and fiction 1,000?
We still have 600 too.
Sure, 1,000. We'll go there.
This dystopian TV show and book follows Offred, a victim of the
Handmaid's
Italian
Tale.
government.
Handmaid's Tale.
Corey got that one immediately. Handmaid's Tale, great show, by the way.
Have not
I
read
love
that
that.
book.
Does it
surprisingly.
maintain? I've only seen the first season. Does it continue to be good?
Yes.
I liked it.
I
Yeah.
preferred it to the book, which I think's the first time I can ever say that.
It continues to be a lot, but it's very good.
Yeah, obviously.
You have to step
Okay.
away immediately and be like,
So
I'm
we still have Dragons for 200.
Sure.
We still
Dragons.
have 1,000 for the fiction one too, because I think that was 600 that we
Yeah,
just
let's
did.
do 1,000
Yeah.
for fiction.
All right, this one's hard. This was the hardest one on here. What famous apocalyptic novel and movie about nuclear war shows humanity's last living stand set in Melbourne, Australia?
Mad Max?
Mm-mm.
Is that a novel? It's Australia.
World War Z?
No.
Nope.
I have no idea.
Famous apocalyptic novel and movie about nuclear war.
It's really hard.
Can I know he's got headphones on. Never
If
mind.
it's super
Can I ask Graham?
obscure.
I have no idea.
Do I do the music? Doon, 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 doon,
let's
doon.
call a friend, Bug Graham. Ask him.
I'll let you Google it. Doon, doon,
Graham.
doon, doon, doon.
Yeah, ask Graham.
Anything?
Work from home. Bug your
Are the people viewing in the nest getting
Okay,
this?
I have his attention. What
Okay.
famous apocalyptic novel and movie about nuclear war shows humanity's last living stand set in Melbourne, Australia? I said Mad Max too. It's not Mad Max. It's not Mad Max.
Australia?
Maybe is it possible?
Everybody
that-
ready? Because I'm
Oh,
just gonna
the
write
Road
this down for
Warrior?
myself.
Road Warrior?
Nope.
What is
What
it?
is it?
On the beach.
On the
Oh.
beach.
Never even heard
Never
of it.
heard of that.
No.
Thank
Look,
you
if
for
you're
playing.
not read or read On the Beach, you need to, but it is incredibly hard. It's a hard read. It's fantastic.
I'm glad he said Mad Max too. I don't feel silly for saying
Don't feel silly. It was meant to be extremely hard.
that.
What's left?
We have Dragons for 200, 600, 800, and 1,000. And books
Oh.
to screen for 600 and 800.
Who gets to go since none of us got that?
I'm
I
gonna
think
let
it was
Phil
me
pick.
because I was the fail, like that one, right? Dragons for. Sorry, I forget which ones you said we still had.
2, 6, 8, and 1,000.
6.
There are dragons, yes, but also orange trees. What best-selling 2019
The
adult?
Priory of the Orange Tree.
Do you like the question?
Yeah, it's great.
800.
Daenerys Targaryen is the mother of blank number of dragons.
3.
Everybody said that at exactly the same time. I heard everybody can get 800 points. It's fine.
That's not how Jeopardy works.
You're being way too nice of a host.
All right. Sophie stole that one then. I heard Sophie's voice first. Sophie, you're next.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't say anything.
I think was it me and Christiane?
I think so.
think so. Listen, I couldn't see
Here,
anybody
Sophie.
either.
Christiane, you go.
Yeah, Christiane, you go.
Okay, let's do book to screen 600. You said that one was left?
Yep, I think so. Pride and Prejudice stars the burgeoning love-hate relationship between Mr. Darcy and Witch Bennet's sister.
Elizabeth.
I don't like romance, so I'm not gonna get this.
Elizabeth.
Sophie just yell
I
Elizabeth.
heard Elizabeth.
Bennett.
Who goes next? I can't hear. Sally?
It was
I didn't
Sophie.
answer that.
That was
Sophie.
Sophie.
It was for sure Sophie.
I was
Screaming it.
Wow. Elizabeth. Okay.
Have we got another book to screen? Have we done all those?
No, you have 800.
Yeah, just give us that one. We'll see how good we are.
Kevin Kwan's 2013 book turned
Crazy
movie.
Rich Asian.
Thank you, Sally. That goes to Sally.
It's a good film.
Me and
Oh,
Sally,
oh,
I love that film.
you get the second most difficult question in the whole game.
awesome. Great. Which one is it? Yes.
This is the
Okay.
last remaining question. The series reimagines the Napoleonic Wars, but with aerial forces of dragons.
No
In
idea.
fact, one of my favorite book series.
Oh,
No.
it's one of your favorites. Is it the one that everyone thinks that we're going to do a special edition on?
No.
That's what I was thinking in my head then.
Oh wait, we still have 200 in this category.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Does everybody want the answer for this one?
Yeah, sure.
Because you need to have it on your TBRs. It's Temeraire by Naomi Novik.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Okay.
Talking Dragons. Very middle grade to YA cusp. Very good book
Okay.
series. And the last one, I'm going to give it to Sally because I didn't realize I still had this one. This bright blue dragon is the best friend and mount of Aragon.
I don't know. I haven't read Aragon. I'm so sorry. What a waste.
I read these books in like 20 years ago. I have no idea what like dragon's name is.
I was going to
quick
say
Google.
Aragon. I didn't realize that was the human and not the dragon. Is it a human? I don't know. Haven't read him.
The whole nest is literally like yelling the name of the dragon.
Oh, okay. I have.
Sapphira?
Saphira, that's right.
Yeah. Thanks, Nest.
Thank you, Nat.
That's the only reason why. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
That was
Man,
fun.
Did everybody have fun?
That was fun.
Yes.
Karina won.
Y'all are
I
aggressive.
did. I
that
felt
was
like I
very
didn't actually
aggressively
answer that
competitive.
many in the long run.
I think we
You
have,
got
Maggie,
some of
you
the-
on a roll.
Thousands though.
I think we have to say that
Yeah.
Karina won just to appease after.
So I don't cry.
She just like pieces out of the live. Like I lost. I'm out. I'm done.
I'm out. I'm just leaving.
And then Corey was a very close second. And
Oh,
then
that's surprising.
Sally, Christiane, Sophie, you guys all like locked in quite a few points.
I think I shouted the loudest.
Okay,
I'll give
I'm
myself
shocked.
that point.
Oh, you definitely shouted the loudest. I have never heard a guttural scream of Elizabeth like that in my life.
Okay, the next game we have to play is far easier than Jeopardy. We're gonna play Mad Libs.
I have never
And-
played Mad Libs before in my life.
Really?
I don't really remember how to play, so I feel like
It's not a UK thing.
Okay,
Okay.
so the premise
Please
is
explain.
we are going to crowd write a story. It's called The Birthday Party. And
Oh no.
what we can do is we can shout over each other. And I'm going to say verb, adverb, adjective, verb with an ing, proper noun, first name, whatever. I'm going to give you prompts and then you're going to give me the words. And we are
This
going
is
to
always a
crowd
stressful
write
reminder
stories.
that I don't know
Grammar.
when put to it
Yeah,
what an
I was
adjective
just
is,
thinking
what a
that.
verb is. I know what a noun is, but I can't
That's
remember the
okay.
rest.
It makes you feel
is an
better. I
embarrassing
had to
admission.
Google this all before I started.
Okay, that does make me feel better. Oh, okay.
We've got this. We could even do something completely wild, but this is actually inspired by a game that I played with like Ashley Poston and Margaret Stoll as part of a fantasy panel. One time we made up our own story and it was ludicrous and it's always a lot of fun. Do I have to sing you the action word song, Sally? Is what Pat asks.
Yes.
Yes.
An
Yes, you
animated.
do.
Please, if we could put that up in a junior story, I think it would be amazing.
Yes.
No, I'll figure it out. It's okay. I'll
All right, the birthday story. We're just gonna say this is Ozwald's birthday story. So
Is someone in the nest gonna write these down for us?
I'm writing them down.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna get
I'm
exposed.
a blank party for my birthday. So I'm betting, I'm tagging, something
Avoiding.
like that.
I'm
Huh?
avoiding.
I'm avoiding a blank party.
Like, do you need a noun? What do you need?
Word. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Adverb and an adjective. I'm avoiding an adverb adjective party for my birthday.
I'm muting myself because there's a garbage truck outside, but I'm also just bowing out for a minute.
What do you think? I'm avoiding a
I can't remember what an adverb is.
Sad,
compared to a
quiet.
verb.
Like fast running. Like
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm avoiding a fast running birthday party.
oh, that was just my example was shirt.
I'm avoiding a fast running birthday party.
I thought the point of Mad Libs is that we're not supposed to know the sentence beforehand. So like you just say, give me an adverb and then you fill them in and then at the end
Alright.
you read the whole story.
I'm very bad at this, so let's start doing that. Okay.
I used to play Mad Libs with my mom all the time.
I need a verb with an ing.
Verb ending in ing.
Yeah.
Reading.
Okay. Wow, that's very RuPaul. Okay. I need a proper noun first name and proper noun first name and
Karina.
proper noun first name. I need 3 names.
Bob.
Karina.
Bob, Karina,
Oswald.
and what?
Oswald.
Oswald.
It's Oswald's birthday party. Is he avoiding himself? Like, is he?
Yes.
Coming to the party?
I don't know.
We don't know yet.
All right, that's fine. The party will be at the. Oh, so I did that again.
The
The noun place.
Definitely it's a nest. At the, in the, I don't know.
On the
The grammar lesson continues.
Yeah.
Right. I need an adjective and a plural noun.
Pretty mice.
What?
Yes.
No, they're gonna get eaten. But they also,
Oswald's on the
Oh
prowl.
my goodness.
It's ready for his birthday cake.
That one's okay. It wasn't as offside as I thought it would be. I need an adjective color and a plural noun. So color and a noun.
Purple.
That's
I
a
don't
good
have a
one.
noun for you though.
Books.
Awesome. Now I need a verb.
Eat.
Ooh, that face. Uh-oh.
No, that one's okay, but it could derail very quickly. I need a noun food and another noun food.
Cupcakes.
Yeah, cupcakes. Let's do cupcakes.
All right, and
Pickles.
of course. All right, I need a verb.
throwing.
Rowing?
Throwing.
Throw.
Rowing.
Okay, I need another verb.
Run.
It's a lot of running and activities at this point.
It's not my kind of party.
I need a part of the body.
Elbow.
And now I need an animal.
Cheetah.
What's happening at this party?
I need a verb.
Pace.
And
Like
a noun.
pacing?
A noun.
Yeah.
Grapefruit.
Candle. Oh, grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
I have grapefruit beside me. I was eating grapefruit.
I like that we had how amazing and creative this team was.
Yeah.
We're part of the discussion, not as a result of the story.
I need an ing verb. A verb ing.
Jumping.
Oh my god.
I keep thinking of activities. I don't know why.
Sorry, jumping?
Yeah.
Okay. I need another verb ing.
Skydiving.
Dancing. I'm scared.
And then another
I'm
verb ing.
excited.
What else do you need,
Talking.
Jordan?
Another verb ing.
Talking.
Adjective.
Gross.
Oh, jeez.
Stop working, Karina. I can see you.
All right, here we go.
Sorry, something exciting is happening. I'm distracted, and I'm not
Okay.
good at this game.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm avoiding a fast running party. I'm
That's all right.
reading my best friends like Bob, Karina, and Ozwald. The party will be at the nest with pretty nice mice and purple books for decorations. First, we will eat some snacks, cupcakes, and pickles, and then we will throw some party games like running the elbow on the cheetah and paste the grapefruit. Then comes my favorite part: jumping happy birthday, skydiving presents, and talking some gross cake.
Perfect. Perfect.
I want
Sounds
to
great.
play. What was the grapefruit game? I don't know what it is, but I want to play
Tasting
it.
the grapefruit.
Tasting the grapefruit.
Tasting the grapefruit.
Messy party.
Sounds
Sounds
Wow.
properly unhinged.
Fantastic. Sorry, folks.
about right for us.
It's very on brand for OwlCrate.
It really is. I would expect nothing less.
Bab says, "Ah, yes, elbow on the cheetah." Classic game.
A classic.
Can we please include like pin the elbow on the cheetah in like a junior box?
Don't stick that on Junior.
That's a YA TikTok right there.
Yeah.
I'll play pacing the grapefruit. It just doesn't sound right.
It doesn't.
Those like videos I keep seeing at the moment on TikTok and Instagram are like men are like touching fruit inappropriately for cooking videos. Has anyone seen those? It is such a weird trend.
You're derailing. You're derailing.
You went skydiving above the head. We need to pull it back. We are a serious group of people.
Very serious.
I'll play elbow on the cheetah. I'll do a TikTok.
I have to say, I hope everybody had fun today.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
Sil, was this a fun part of the workday to be a part of?
Oh yeah.
Great news. You can catch this and any other lives in our past author chats and live stream folder. And this will be put on YouTube probably with a nice little disclaimer that you should probably be over the age of 18 in order to watch for grapefruit reasons. So I hope everybody had a great time with us today. And I'll see you this evening. I'm having a live chat with I see Castro. Ignazio is going to be coming tonight, Ignazio Nicastro, about the Trials of Salahan. I love talking to indie authors. And then this Friday, catch the same energy with Sophie, Christiane, and I as we go live on Instagram at OwlCrate at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope everybody had fun. Have a great
Can I
day.
do a little plug
course
for
you
something
can.
I'm doing tonight? Tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, I'm joining in with the organizers of Middle Grade March. So we'll be live on YouTube on Books and Jams. Middle Grade March rocks. It's mostly for like adult middle grade readers. So whether you are a parent, you are a just a middle grade reader like me who has no children, you're a teacher, whatever. It's such a fun month-long like reading challenge, and come talk all things middle grade, books and jams on YouTube. I will be joining them tonight, and we're going to give away some OwlCrate Junior prizes. I can't remember what now, but there'll be prizes.
Awesome. I'll pop that link in the nest for everybody as well.
That'd be great.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Bye. Happy birthday, Ozwald.